Good morning. My name is Catilia Washington, and I would like to give my input on some things that I feel like is important when you're a first time mom or when you're a mom and you feel like something isn't right with your child. You don't really know if it's a disability yet. But the number one thing that you should not do is listen to anyone when it comes to your child. So, for example, when my child was 1 or before she turned 1, the doctors were telling me, like she's supposed to be saying this amount of words. And I'm like, she's not even 1 yet. Like, don't tell me what my child's supposed to be saying. Then she's almost 2. She's still not saying the amount of words that I feel like is appropriate, or even the doctor. My family's telling me, oh, don't worry about it. She'll talk when she's ready. She's developing on her own time. Not really thinking nothing of it. Maybe like 2.5, I finally listened to the doctor and I'm like, okay, well, let me refer her to this place that this doctor keep trying to refer me to. It was taking way too long because, now we at the point where it's COVID, everything is shut down. So that was really terrible. So I moved to another state and I got her the services there, and there was like, we feel like she needs a little bit more help because she does not want to give her eye contact. And this is where I started to worry, like, oh, I took too long. I basically started blaming myself. Like, I took too long. She had way too much TV. I do still agree that from a young age that she was put in front of the TV and given too many tablets. She had too much screen time, basically. I still do think that to this day, because I'm a parent, I've had to learn patience, and I also experienced postpartum depression. That's the worst thing to experience after having a baby, when you just want to love your baby and you just feel with so much sadness and rage. You never want to go through that. I would never wish that on anyone. Another thing I would like to point out, do not care what anyone has to say about you. You will run into people that, if you get into a fallout with them, they'll be like, oh, well, it's your fault your child is like that. I've had maybe 2 people tell me this, and it got to the point where I started believing it. But as you grow and as time goes past, no, it was not my fault. It's not my fault that my child is autistic. You cannot listen to the negativity. You cannot listen to stuff like that, because that would drive you even more nuts, on top of news that's new to you. Do not listen to people. Be there for your child. Support your child. Make your child feel important as they are. People don't understand that many autistic children grow up to be very smart. They're like little geniuses. They're very smart. People hear a diagnosis and they automatically would think, oh, this child is retarded. I've heard people call autistic people retarded. They are not retarded. I had to tell myself, there are children born with missing body parts, with their heart out of their chest, with all types of conditions that are very hurtful to a mom, even a dad. So my daughter not speaking at her age level, it's not something that's not something that's going to kill me. I'm still proud of her. I'm a proud mom. She's very smart. My whole purpose for this video is basically to let another mom, another dad, another person in general be aware yourself. Do not let anyone tell you anything about your child. It doesn't matter how old that child is. If you have a suspicion about your child, go to the pediatrician, check it out. Because a mother knows or a dad knows. Do not feel embarrassed if you do find out that your child has autism. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Ignore all negativity that comes your way. Because the only focus is your child and yourself. There will always be negative people in the world. Who cares? Who cares? We got to be strong. And the only reason why I say we need to be strong is because this used to tear me up inside. There's nothing physically wrong with my daughter, but still this used to tear me up. I didn't want to, people would invite me places for kids. Don't want to go. I don't want to explain to you that my daughter does not do well around way too many people. She likes to be by herself. I am not embarrassed about nothing. But what you gonna do is understand. If you don't, that's your problem. But I'm not going. I'm not going. I don't want to keep explaining myself, repeating myself. That's very annoying. But I got this under control, and I'm just waiting for a great support system. That's it. That's all I can do. Thank you.